You thought this was Farm Sim, not ATS. You know, sometimes in Farm Sim you have to do a little bit of trucking, you know? So. Sometimes. There we go, there's some pallets sitting right there. I do have that stackable pallet mod too, so. That whole thing.
Should I go for it again, or should we just leave it?
It's up to you.
Alright, we'll risk it for the biscuit.
Well, it said Kimmy was, she said she was getting it, right? Oh, God. I don't know who this was. Okay, that was Kimmy.
Yeah.
Kimmy's in.
It's loading in for me. It's at 21. So it's not broken, but...
Bear, currently I have grape juice and potato chips on board, so yes. I sure do, actually. Oh, it worked that time.
Thank goodness.
That was fast, too. See, it did 99% of it before.
Salexp 3718 just resubscribed for 21 months.
Thanks for the 21-month resub. Welcome back. What's poppin'? Oh,
I have
man.
returned.
Welcome back.
I'm at 99%.
Truck contents are 7-year-olds. Wait, Bear, it gets better, though. Hang on. This is not the one that's on console, Big Mart. This is the OG one. The one that's on console can only haul, like, one thing. If that makes sense.
I'm in.
Yes, and Harry's in too. He made it.
Oh, nice. Way to go, Harry.
All right, so now we have potato chips, grape juice, bread, and cake on board. Oh, gosh. Surprised we didn't get, like, more bread and cake. I have 1,200 cake. Not enough cake. Just saying. Yeah, this is on the Mod Hub. Whose birthday party? Oh, God. The D key on my keyboard is very sensitive. It almost went straight into the gas pumps. Birthday party explosion. Anyway. That was an explosive party y'all had the other day. I'm trying to think what else we would have to sell right now. Do we have cereal bars on spawning? Or cereal in general? Actually, I don't know.
I know you have clothes on spawning.
Dear God, do I?
I think so. And I think you had... what was it?
I don't know. I'll have to look. Let me get this sold real quick. I mean, it's not bad money. Not bad money. You know, Trent, I have that new keyboard in the box.
You had the dairy and the sugar mill on spawning too, I believe.
Okay. Take that money for that trailer load. Bet. I'll head over that way. Now.
I wasn't bad. 76 plus 8,000. Not a bad payday.
Not at all. Boy, the leg spikes are
Yeah.
a bit of a thing here. I don't know what was doing what there, but something was doing something. Holy jeepers. Alright, though, it happens. I'm still loading in all my textures, too. That ain't helping.
Yeah, I am, too.
All my weeds are still growing. I don't know if I want to haul the sugar mill contents, though. There should be a lot there.
More than likely.
Or at least that's the That's the theory anyway. That's, yeah, I'm doing this thing. Okay. Dairy, there's probably a little bit there, but that... See, the theory with, like, the dairy, though, honestly, is, like, I wouldn't mind if that would fill up with, like, 1,000,000 yogurt. Which, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but... You know, even, like, the french fries, like, there's... You know, it'll hold 90,000, so, like, we don't need to be emptying these all the time. We only need to empty them when the factories get, like, full. Like, down at the brewery. Like, I'm not even going to drive down there, honestly. The metal, I need to go to that, but... we'll go grab a load from the sugar mill, because we need money for just, like, you know...
Stuff.
Moral reasons or something. For moral support.
Well, you got to buy the information for that one field.
Yeah, just to pay for our soil samples, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Mert, we don't have any sugarcane currently, but what we had been using was this header right here. In the mod hub, it goes on the front of a forage harvester, and you can just mow all your sugarcane down. We currently don't have any. We harvested that one field like 17 times or something.
It was a lot.
And then decided to quit doing it because, you know, it's only supposed to grow 3 times, but yeah, it does. It grows way more than 3 times. So, there's that. Is that all that's going to spawn here? I don't need to be selling this stuff at all right now. Yeah, there's not enough, but we'll go ahead and grab what there is. And
Just sit there to probably spawn back in a bunch. Mine does.
There's no more. No more spawned. Oh. The farming's great. Very usual. Where's this? Oh, dear God. What did Dan do? Chat, look at all this.
I can't see it.
Oh, gosh. Or wait, is this just where it spawns?
Oh.
I think he did pile some up, though.
What is that?
Cereal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Lots and lots of cereal. Have fun there, Trent. This trailer's full. I can't haul anymore, so we'll just have to leave that stuff. That is where that spawns, though, because there's the stuff on the ground, so. Alright, so now we have cereal, we have rainbow frosting, chocolate, strawberry milkshakes, or just milkshakes, and cheese on board, so, that's what we got on board on this trip. That is funny. I saw a TikTok video that I thought was kind of funny. You know, like the charcuterie boards, you know? How people get all up in their charcuterie boards, you know?
Uh-huh.
So basically it was a party, I don't know what you call it, a board party? I don't know. Where everybody had to bring basically a charcuterie board, but it was for different things. So like one person brought like the fruit board, so it had a bunch of fruit on it, right?
All right.
One person brought a candy board, so it was just a bunch of different candies. It was kind of funny. I can deliver it to your house? Okay. All right. The rest we need for the party, exactly. But it was kind of interesting how, like, it was, like, themed, and everybody had to bring a board of something. Like, that's not a bad idea. Just saying. Take a leaf blower to clean out the traps. I got you, Trent. I found that sign, Kimmy, by the way. Yep, that's that one. 50 mile an hour. Speed limit.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one. But yeah, it was like a charcuterie, but like not just charcuterie board. It was kind of interesting. It's like you could get very creative with that. Like I would bring like, you know, the Taco Bell board, you know?
Yeah.
You go to Taco Bell and just get a whole bunch of stuff and then lay it out on a board. Or the White Castle board, you know? I'd be that party goer, you know? Well, actually just showing up at a party would be, you know, wild enough, right?
Miracle. Yeah.
That was a good payday for that load of stuff.
Yes, it was.
All right, now I know we need to go grab metal rolls, so we'll go. Let's go do that, and we'll be done hauling, playing ATS. We'll go back to farming then. Oh goodness. Go back to farming.
Let's see. Justin Danger posted a video yesterday.
Okay.
He got him one of those. Can't remember exactly how many lumens this flashlight is.
Justin Nunley, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100,000, I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Or whatever. I want one of those flashlights so bad, but they're expensive.
His wife told him that she heard voices out in their driveway. So he went out there to look. He didn't see anything, so he came back in the house. And then in a little while, someone pulled up in his driveway, so he went back out. And he had his flashlight with him, and it happened to be the sheriff's office.
Yep.
And they asked him if they had seen any teenagers, you know, messing around. And he said, well, you know, my wife's seen something. And the sheriff asked him, he said, well, do you care if I take a look around? And he said, no. He said, you can go in my backyard, do whatever. Well, you know, he has those dead bodies laying all over his backyard.
Oh, I didn't watch that part of the video. I didn't see this part.
He says, here I am letting the sheriff's deputy in my backyard with all these dead bodies laying around. And he said that the sheriff just, you know, stopped and looked at it, and then he kind of kicked it.
For the record, they're not real. It's fake.
No. But
I didn't think about that part of it.
I didn't think about that either.
Oh gosh.
But he said he told the sheriff that he could even let him out of his property at the back, and he can search all that back there.
Yeah.
And the deputy's like, okay, that'd be good. So he said, and wait a minute, I got something I can show you.
Oh.
So he goes in the house and gets his 1,000 lumen flashlight and takes up there and lights it up for the deputy.
That's funny. Yeah, I've always been a nerd when it comes to flashlights and stuff. And over the years, I've had 10,000 lumen, you know, big spotlight that actually had like a shoulder strap because it was so big. Big halogen bulb. Like, I mean, we're talking like, yeah, that thing was huge. And we used to take it to the farm and just like be able to shine it across, you know, a 100-acre field and see all the way across the field, you know?
Yeah.
Or I always loved like when there's a train parked down there at night. Dude, I used to be able to light up the entire train. Like, you could just see everything if you wanted to. It was fun. Currently, I don't have anything like that. That was one of those, like, old school, the battery kind of died thing. And I ended up getting rid of it, I guess. I don't think I have it around anymore. But I've always been a nerd for super bright flashlights. I do have a nice flashlight now, but I don't have anything that's crazy bright like that. Not currently.
Oh, that thing is crazy bright.
But I want one of them so bad. And I want to go down to my farm and go up on top of a grain bin and just shine at like the woods they're over a mile away and just like see it light up the entire woods. I want to do that so bad, but I don't want to spend like $500 on a flashlight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. All right, let's switch to the truck and tell it to go park. And technically it won't go park because it's the wrong place. But it's fine. Oh, remember earlier when I said we're out of canola? That's because it's all been put into the oil mills. There's 3 million roughly in each.
Oh, okay.
In each one. And we're actually not making canola oil right now either, but that's another story. Okay, we need to haul potato chips or potatoes again to the chip factory. Okay.
Do we have any to haul to the?
Yeah, we still have potatoes. Let's see. You're on distributing still? Why are those on you don't distribute clothing?
Oh, you might have changed it back.
Let me scroll up and find the other ones here.
Might be potato chips and fries too that you stopped distributing. I don't.
No, they should be distributing still. What am I looking for? I'm looking for. I guess they are down yonder here. Hang on. All the way to the bottom. Okay, so there is. Okay. There is some clothing sitting around. We're just gonna let that build up. They hold 250,000, so we're just gonna let that ride. All right, what are y'all up to? Y'all planting?
Oh, I'm planting the sunflowers on
Yeah.
32.
So
On
is
the south side of
Harry.
32.
Wow, I could start. I guess I'll start. You got both big cedars?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I really want to start planting potatoes over there?
Over where? On
At
40?
40?
But did you? Oh, it's
What?
got to be rocked or de-stoned.
No, 40's good. 39's
Oh,
the
okay.
rock field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank goodness it was the smaller. That's still a lot of rocks, so stones, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Remember, it's not a boulder. It's a rock. Not a stupid boulder. It's a rock. I guess I can. I'm gonna need like, I don't know if I want to go with the thing or just like a mother bin. Ball seed. Oh, it's gonna be so bad. Or do I just go belly dump trailer and use the Seed Hawks, I guess? Yeah, that's probably the better bet. I was gonna use the John Deere, but that'll take forever to get that field done.
Mm-hmm.
So we might be able to cheat the system here a little bit. So if we put that and we want to fill up at the homestead, there should be a lot of seed there, and we want to haul it to that 40. Turn that so he'll just. Okay, and then I guess I need to find me a tractor and a seeder. Like, tractor. And we'll grab one of them Seed Hawks. We got them Seed Hawks sitting over there yet, so. We haven't sold a seeder on this map in a hot minute. Which is fine, because we'll use it eventually. That's it. Problem is, well, these do have a lot of seed capacity. Problem is just how... Yeah. Potatoes are a little healthy when it comes to seed. They use pretty much all of the seed. So, this should be fun. This should be an experience, to be honest. 10 out of 10 would recommend. There's something. I'm kind of thinking we maybe put a transfer station in down at that field. And then I could just haul seed with auto. No, maybe not. I'm wondering if I can have the truck sit there, and he's technically on pick up and deliver, so he's picking up here, delivering it to the field. If he will Like, if I could pull up somehow and get the auger conveyor on my seeder to go underneath his trailer, will he, like, hit the dump button, basically? I don't know if that'll work. It might work with that straight truck that we have. Because I could pull it behind him, and that actually might work. Although, I think this holds 34,000. I don't know what that straight truck holds.
Num Halfling just resubscribed for 10 months.
Num, welcome back for 10 months. Appreciate the resub. What's poppin'? How's it going? This holds 34,000. Oh, it's in here somewhere. What are these trailers? Wait. Where did these trailers come from?
I don't know.
What mod did I put? What is that part of?
You haven't added a mod because I haven't had to. What is that?
What is that part of?
I don't know, but what does it haul? Chickens?
Hey, I don't know.
Well, it has cages on it. I would same chickens.
What is that part of? I didn't add. What did I add? I don't. But it's not part of like any of these packs, Trent. That's why I'm confused.
The autoload pack?
That's part of the autoload pack?
The second one from the top
It
right.
is part of the autoload pack. It's not part of the autoload pack, but it's part of the autoload pack. It's,
Yeah,
it's part of this auto. Oh.
Yeah.
That's, okay. Whatever. I'm so confused. Oh, God. I thought that was just a script mod. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the good thing is it's not going to be a Cat 5 like everybody was, saying yesterday, which they were, knocking out their backside, but, So, yeah. I mean, Trent, you're not wrong. Oh, boy. What am I getting run over? Oh, it's my seed truck. I was like, who is running me over? Literally the truck I started for seed. Yeah, but no, just because if it's a Cat 5 now, it's not forecasted to hit at a Cat 5. That's the thing, man. Everybody was freaking out yesterday, go, oh my God, Cat 5. And it's like, it's not going to be a Cat 5 when it hits. At least that's the last forecast that I saw.
Yeah.
So, and it's only a 4 right now. So, yeah. Actually, it took a wicked right turn a little while ago. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's only forecasted to be a 3 when it hits, which don't get me wrong. A Cat 3 hurricane is still a Cat 3 hurricane. I don't want to get hit by a Cat 3 hurricane. And I'm not trying to downplay it, but a lot of the people yesterday are like, oh my God, it's a Cat 5. And it's like, yes, it was a Cat 5, but that's not what it's forecasted to hit at. So like, chill,
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens after that eye restructures itself.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, if the forecast changes, the forecast changes. But I don't know. People like to freak out about nothing. Just like they're probably the same people that are buying all this toilet paper because they think it's going to be a shortage.
Well,
no
here
offense.
Last week, because I order all my groceries and have them delivered. Special. I just don't go to
There's nothing wrong with that.
stores. But I couldn't get bread. I couldn't get milk. I couldn't get eggs. and I
Wow.
couldn't get my coffee creamer, and I'm like, what is going on? Why do they not have any of this stuff? I had
Wow.
to actually go out in public and
Oh God.
to a store that doesn't deliver and get some bread.
Ow.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Such a good song, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, this is where all the seed disappears, chat. You know, I'm glad we have a lot of seed right now in storage. Where's seed? Seed should be right up here somewhere. Yeah, 1.1 million. And there's 100,000 sitting there as well, so 1.2. So, yeah. No, and I mean, Trent, that's not a bad idea, yeah, for those people that, you know, live in the affected areas. But I even saw a post from a lady on TikTok yesterday. She's like, I'm just going to stay off social media because I can't take any more posts about hurricanes. Y'all need to quit whining. And I was like, oh my God, you need to just shut up, you know? But yeah.
Well, see, there's two states that I would never live in.
Uh-huh.
California and Florida.
Yeah? Yeah?
California for the earthquakes and Florida for the hurricanes. I'm just not. I'm like, no.
Hope the Cape battens. I mean, it'll it's only gonna be like a 2 when it gets over there. I think. Something like that. I'm sure there's nothing on the pads. No. I mean, if nothing else, like for that kind of stuff, there has been a lot of warning. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the good thing. There has been a lot of warning with this hurricane. So, hopefully, things like that are, you know, all taken care of, which I'm sure they are.
Well, the interstate's still bumper to bumper with people leaving, so.
That's crazy. All the way up where you're at?
I don't know if it's so bad here now, but one bad thing is gas stations in Florida and up in 75, I guess, going up into Georgia, are running out of gas.
Yeah, I can see
Because,
that.
yeah, so, seen that yesterday, and I was like, oh, those poor people.
Yep.
They go from one thing to another. They may be, and I think, wasn't it, if I'm not mistaken, one time there was a hurricane coming in, and people were trapped on the interstate because the traffic was so bad trying to evacuate.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, it seems like that happened once before, but it's been a long time ago. I may be mistaken, but I think it did.
I will tell you right now, I'm looking at Google Maps. And there's a couple little yellow and a little orange pocket, like right at the Florida-Georgia line going north on 75. There's a little bit of yellow there and some orange. But like basically, I mean, there's a little bit out. Atlanta, of course, is yellow pretty much everywhere around Atlanta. But that's Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
pretty
all the
much
time in
Atlanta. But at least 75. 70. I mean, okay, you get down in like Central Florida, there's a little more, you know, around the Tampa area. Yeah, there's some yellow, red and yellow, but going towards Orlando, there's a little bit of yellow, but like it doesn't look that bad overall. The Google Maps anyway. So traffic doesn't look terrible. Yeah. And winter and blizzards just get here already. Kimmy, you want to move to Alaska?
No. That's a little too cold for me. I love cooler weather, cold weather.
All right.
But that's just a little too cold.
I think from a productivity standpoint of like doing stuff outside, the part of Alaska, you know, when it's like summer and it's like light pretty much around the clock would be awesome.
Yeah,
but in the winter, it being darker on the clock would suck.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be so depressing.
Right?
Yeah. But you know, back in the 70s,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were giving people land so people would move to Alaska. I mean, you could buy so many acres for like $5,000 and move up there and build your home. I think you had to have a dwelling built within a year, I think.
Oh, wow.
Now, they were giving it away up there
Yeah.
because they wanted more people up there. But
Interesting. Look at
glad
that.
my dad didn't take them up on that.
Yeah, I'm right here. What's going on, man? How are you? Oh, it's popping. Actually, my buddy Casey, his dad was actually stationed in Alaska for a little bit. He was, what was he, Air Force for a little bit?
Yeah, possibility.
And
Yeah.
he was actually stationed up there for a minute. So
Yeah, I went to school. Of course, I was in Air Force schools till I was 12. But there was a girl in our school. I think, I can't remember. I was 10, something like that.
yeah,
Her dad had been stationed in Alaska, and she was showing us pictures one day, and I was like, oh, wow. I mean, snow up above your head, and,
yeah.
you know, and it was dark all the time, and yeah, that was
I just
not
remember hearing
for me.
stories of him like sleeping in a tent with a gun next to him in case of a bear.
Oh, yeah, polar bears. That's a real thing up there.
Nice little cabin on lots of land. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, we are doing. What's poppin'? Welcome in, Scully. What's up, man? How you doing? The funny thing was on the severe weather outlook from like NOAA, like Florida, yeah, it's got like a pretty good risk, but that's about it. It's just funny seeing like, yeah, Florida, but that's it. They're not calling for
Yeah.
nothing anywhere else, which is kind of funny.
I think our 10-day forecast, we have nothing.
We don't either. We have
Sunny
nothing.
skies.
Yeah, our weather is so just nothing right now. Awesome, awesome. So, I always forget there's one problem with these cedars, chat.
What is that?
It's the fan on the back of it is so loud.
Oh,
So I just
I don't own one of those.
I
So
just
don't
turn
know.
around this way and look at the cedar from the front. And then I don't have to hear the whine. Oh, but that's okay. Don't have any rain for at least a week. Yeah, no, I honestly I could go for some rain. Yeah.
We had a really huge storm here. I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, because I think you were streaming Satisfactory when it hit.
Yeah,
Thought
you
I
were.
was going to lose power. And yeah, we had a really nice thunder boomer come through. And I mean, we even had hail. So
Oh,
I
dang.
was like, okay.
Fans on cedars. I've never been around a seed hawk, but I'm talking like your John Deere 1770s or whatever. Here, let's look at the in-game one. So this is a blower here. So this actually blows air in and kind of pressurizes the tanks, and then this is a vacuum here. There's two vacuums, and that actually vacuums the seed from there down to the row units. And they are extremely loud, yes. They are extremely loud. When it's planting season, you don't hear the tractor per se like working across the field from the farm. In our case, if we're standing at the buildings, we don't hear the tractor running. You hear the whine of the fan/vacuums running. They are obnoxiously loud. On this particular one, these are fans. And what they do is they blow a bunch of air from here underneath the cart. And then there's meters that drop the seed into those tubes. That's why this thing's called an air seeder. And then all the little tubes distribute the seed and well, fertilizer too if you had it set up that way, but we don't. And yeah, it's extremely high RPM. It's all hydraulic driven. But they are extremely loud, like on the John Deere's, yes. Extremely loud. Oh, we got PD rolling down the street right now. Let's go. Just on patrol, I guess. Not stopping, so that's good. But, yeah, extremely loud. It's obnoxiously loud. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you don't hear the, yeah, you just hear the whine. Yeah. Very loud, though. Oh, goodness. So, the worst part of these new properties that we picked up, by the way, we bought 2 pieces of land today, chat, is going to be their pH is awful, which is no surprise. And then actually, ooh, okay. So in 39, we need to plant something that uses nitrogen. So we need to not plant like soybeans there. Because it's already got fertilizer on it. So we need to make sure we do something that can use that fertilizer. But that's all right. Fendt tractors in southern Ohio. I think there's actually a fair amount of Fendt in Ohio. Southern Ohio. That Brian Brown that we talk about all the time, he's in Chillicothe, Ohio. And or just outside of Chillicothe, Ohio, and they got a Fendt tractor.
I love the Fendt tractors.
Yeah, they got an Ideal combine. They got some Challenger tractor too. They do things a little different. A lot of egg
The big black Fendt.
Combine, yeah.
No, that's the Fendt.
Yep. An Ideal. It's got a couple names.
That's right, it does.
Yep. Yeah, they
Are
got.
those the ones that just bought it like last year?
Yeah, this is their first full year with it. Yep.
Yep. I watch them sometimes.
Yep. Brian's farming videos on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. His dad just drove it into an overpass, the bridge, and crumpled up the.
Yeah.
Crumpled up the grain tank a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The funny thing is, everybody was calling for his dad to retire. His dad's 75. Everybody's saying in the comments, "Oh, he needs to retire. And it's like, no, he's fine.
Leave him alone.
Yeah.
That's what's keeping him going.
You know, the other day they were working on an auger on their drying system. And they were up on top of this like old little carport thing. And it was the dad, Bob, the old man was doing the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we might plant corn in them. That's a good idea. And everybody was, or Brian, was like, everybody says dad should retire, but he's the one up there doing the work. And we were talking about it at the farm the other day, and I said, Pop, it'd be no different here. You'd be the one up on top of the building doing the work here too. And he goes, yeah, I know. My dad's 75 too. So
it's like my ex-father-in-law is 94 years old.
Oh, dang.
And he still gets on his tractor every day and feeds his cows.
There you go.
Every day.
There you go.
So let them do what they're going to do. That's what's keeping them going.
All right, Obel, it's interesting. But yeah, I mean, it would be no different here. Dad would be the one up on the roof doing the work. He wouldn't let anybody else do it, so yeah. And that's the way, that's just the way it is. So you don't question him because he's gonna yell at you if you do. So not yell at you, but yeah. So I'm actually not going through as much seed as I thought. I know I'm not doing full passes kind of right now, but like, we're not doing bad here. Not doing bad at all. 2430. Nice, nice. Well, that's a big part of it, Big Mert, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's why, you know, honestly, with Pops, like, I don't like him going to the farm by himself, but he needs to be doing something, right? You know, and he's, I guess he's technically at work right now. He's only working like a couple hours a week anymore. They basically, to be honest, they're not really doing well. And so they don't really have a lot of work for him to be doing. So he's only working a couple hours a week, and it's like, that's good for him to go and, you know, do that still. But just sitting around their house watching YouTube all day, that's not necessarily the best thing, you know? Not the best thing, so yeah. He needs to join like a model railroading club or something. I don't know.
All right, you go ahead and tell him that.
I will. I will.
He'll probably look at you like you've lost your mind.
It's good to, you know, you got to stay active and stuff. Otherwise, yeah, you go downhill.
Yeah.
So I don't want that to happen. No, he's doing good. Good stuff. He did say something the other day about he can't wait for Wednesday because he's going to his podiatrist to get his toenails trimmed. I said, okay, Pops. He goes, it's been the most time since we've started going there since we went last time. And I was like, all right, I don't need to know about your toenails. So he's got to go get his toes did. It made me laugh.
That's something to look forward to, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. She's 90. Holy cow. Big Mert. Or not Big Mert. No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, when I was a nurse in Kentucky, I worked at a nursing home.
Yeah.
And they brought in a little lady that was, I think she was 92.
Okay.
With a broken hip.
Happens, yep.
And, you know how she broke her hip?
No idea.
She was up on the ladder cleaning out her gutters. Her son.
Oh, man.
Her son was in his early 70s, you know.
Yeah.
He came in and we were talking and he started laughing. He said, yeah, he said, I drove up one morning. He said, I'm retired. He said, so I try to get over there, you know, 2 or 3, 4 times a week. And he said, I drove up one morning. He said, there she was up on the ladder cleaning out her gutters. He said, I made her get down, and he said, I finished it for her. He said, then I took the ladder, put it in my truck, and I took it to my house. He said, I'd be doggone if she didn't call the hardware store and have them deliver her one the next day. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that's
but
funny.
yeah, she was like 92 years old up there on the ladder cleaning out the gutters.
You know,
and fell and broke her hip.
I was talking about that lady earlier that we know that's 90. I think she's 99. I think she's actually 100, maybe 101. And she lives in a 2-story house. Her bedroom is still upstairs. She lives by herself. She takes her laundry down to the basement to wash it still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she refuses any kind of help.
Good for her. Good for her.
I mean, they have a bed set up on the main level of her house, like that's where her husband was before, like, he passed. And she refuses to. Oh, she's gonna go upstairs. And it's just, it's terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
But she's pretty sharp. Like, her mind, she's very sharp still. Her legs aren't so like the best, but you know, 101, you can't really. Right. Yeah, she is sharp as a tack still. So it was kind of funny. But yeah.
Yeah, and
it's true.
I've seen working in nursing homes and even hospitals.
Yeah. Once
a person like that loses their independence.
Yep, they're done.
They don't last long.
No, they don't. Yeah. The one thing she doesn't do anymore that we took her asparagus back in the spring and I couldn't find her. Because normally at her
Oh.
house, she sits in like her kitchen, and you go up on the back porch and you can see right in the kitchen.
Right.
And so she wasn't there. So I'm knocking on the door. Finally, I just hang the bag of asparagus on the door, you know. And I turn around, and she's standing out in her backyard, kind of next to this like detached garage, like shed thing. So I didn't see her when I walked up because my view was blocked by the garage. And she's standing there just looking at her garden going, I wish I could garden. That was her thing. She loved to
Bless
garden.
her heart.
And so
Yeah.
I went out there and I talked to her, and she goes like, yeah, the kids won't let me out there anymore. And I was like, well, okay. She's like, I guess I better get back in the house. She shuffled back in the house. And she even has, for her husband, they installed her house. You got to go up like 4 or 5 steps to get in her house. They installed like a wheelchair lift outside. So you can just like get in this thing and it'll lift you up, right?
Right.
She refuses to use that.
It.
Yeah, and I mean, she's not in a wheelchair, obviously. She walks. But absolutely refuses to use it. It's kind of wild. But yeah. Sean, yes, I don't care about the Krabby Patty because it's just a burger. But the Frosty, it's a mango pineapple Frosty. They mix in a puree with the Frosty. And
I
it
just went to
looks good.
Wendy's Saturday, and I didn't see that on our menu.
I think it just came out like
Oh, yeah, that figures.
Monday. I think so. But it's it's partnered with SpongeBob.
I didn't see a
Yeah.
Krabby Burger either. So it must have come out.
I'm pretty sure it came
What-
out Monday.
Did you hear the not Burger King, McDonald's is coming out with the Chicken Big Mac?
This week
I think
sometime.
it's already, yeah,
Yeah.
one day this week.
I'll try the thing. The Krabby Patty, it's just a burger. It does have some kind of sauce on it, the Krabby Patty, but otherwise it's just a burger. I saw some TikTok reviews.
I wasn't happy with my Wendy's Saturday.
Really?
Well, I usually order the number 7, which is a bacon cheeseburger, baconator burger, whatever.
Oh, the Baconator, yeah.
And I don't get a double. I get a single because I don't eat.
You need the
double. I
son
can't
of
hold one.
Baconator.
And my bill was almost $20, and I'm like,
Whoa.
all I ordered was that meal and a medium frosty.
Okay.
And I'm like, why is my bill so high? Okay, this is why I don't eat out that often.
Yep.
So I get my food and I get home and they upsize all my food, and I did not ask them to.
Yep.
And that just kind of made me unhappy.
All right.
And I told them no ketchup on my burger. Of course, they can't follow simple directions.
No, I learned a long time ago you basically don't customize at a fast food restaurant. Although I will order burgers with ketchup only.
No, I can't stand ketchup on my burger.
But I don't want like the whole garden on my burger. Thanks. I'm a fan of that personally.
I like the lettuce and tomato and onions and mayonnaise. That's
No.
all I want on my burger. Sometimes mustard. Yeah, I'm good with that. But I don't want ketchup on my burgers. I can't handle it. No. I'm not a ketchup person. The only thing I eat ketchup on is fries, and at McDonald's fries, I eat those plain. But other fries from other places, I'll eat ketchup on them. But that's the only thing I want ketchup for.
And that's BK's whole thing, have it your way. Actually, I got a great story about BK, by the way, chat. I got a story about BK. BK, have it your
You
way.
rule at BK now. You know that, right?
Yeah. The double cheeseburgers don't taste the same anymore. Interesting. So a lot of Sunday mornings, Dad will get up and he'll go get Burger King for us. He'll bring Burger King home. Their croissants, breakfast croissant sandwiches, right? They're really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
And all right, I guess I need to back up. I got you. I got you. There was a lady that used to work at the local Hardee's, like the Hardee's that's close the closest Hardee's to our house, right? And there for a while, we went over there like every Sunday morning for breakfast, right? And she moved on to other places. We'll come to find out she works at our local Burger King. She's worked there for, I don't know, like 7 or 8 years now. She's worked at this Burger King. She's the manager, right? And it's to the point now where she's usually, a lot of times she's working like the drive-thru on Sunday mornings. And so she'll see Dad pull in the parking lot. He'll get around to order and she'll just say, pull around. And doesn't even like take an order, right? Just pull around.
Mhm.
So this past Sunday, it wasn't her working the window, and Dad was only getting breakfast for a couple people here at the house, like Aunt and first time not Dad and I, because we were going out to breakfast with Tony. And so, you know, he ordered whatever, and he got handed the food, and then he just drove away. Well, apparently he got all the way home and realized he didn't get his change.
Uh-oh.
And he's a cash guy at a lot of places still. So, you know, he didn't get his change. So on our way back to get Tony the other morning, we pull into Burger King, and I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And he just pulls right up to the window. And I'll be darned, the lady goes, oh, you're back for your change. It wasn't the normal lady, though. It was like this other lady. And Dad goes, yeah, I know I messed up. I was going to come back and talk to the manager lady, but she's not here. And she goes, no, she's in the back. We just recognize you. And so I'll be darned, they had an envelope with, you know, like the time that he was there and then like a description of his truck and his money inside of it sitting in the store somewhere.
No, that was nice.
And so they gave him his change back. They're like, yep, you're good to go. Like, manager lady took care of you. It's fine. It was pretty funny. So, yeah. But they're great. Like, she's like super nice. We actually, like, we'll give her like Christmas present, basically, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, the manager lady has gotten like gas cards from us in the past, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's, you know, you gotta take care of your people, right?
Yeah.
Just saying. We actually gave Christmas cookies one year to this lady that works at Taco Bell.
Nice.
The year we made 12,000 Christmas cookies, we made up a tray
Oh my
for
God.
her. Made up a tray, and we went to the Taco Bell drive-thru and gave it to her.
My grandmother used to give the postman Christmas presents every
Yep.
year.
He did that too. Yep. Right, Sean? Yeah, that's how you know you go to. I mean, it's only once a week. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, that year we did 12,000 cookies. We gave cookies to all of our grass cutting customers. Lady at the bank, lady at Taco Bell, our mailman, possibly the UPS guy.
I couldn't imagine baking 12,000 cookies.
Because that's when Mom was really into like QVC. So UPS guy was always here. He was here all the time. Those couple years there. Basically anybody with a pulse, I think we gave cookies to.
Well, you had 12,000, so.
Yeah, we ate a lot too, but Mom's one friend used to come over a couple days before Christmas, and she would get a ton of cookies because she would always host a big family Christmas party at her house. Well, she didn't want to bake cookies, so she'd come over and get all of ours or get a bunch from us. But that was always like her Christmas present from Mom, was a bunch of cookies. Yeah. But yeah, 12,000 was kind of it was a lot that year. It was many days of baking cookies.
Have you seen that TikTok where the UPS guy was delivering a box to these people, and out of the hedges or the bushes that was growing beside of their house, a deer jumped out?
I did see that, yeah. I did see that.
I think I would have had a heart attack.
You know how people have signs that stay off the grass?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's this comedian guy, Ross. I don't even know if you call him a comedian. He's more of like a prankster. And I see his stuff on TikTok all the time. He had a sign outside of his house that said, stay on the grass. And so he had this video of like an Amazon guy coming up and like jumping over his sidewalk to stay on the grass. He's like, I didn't think anybody would actually read the sign. It was hilarious. But he was like, an Olympic athlete tried to stay on the grass, not on the sidewalk. It was really amazing. But yeah, we gave so many cookies away. We went to like the dollar store and bought like Christmas trays.
Mm-hmm.
And that way we could like, you know, make up cookie trays and saran wrap them and put a little bow on them and put a little card on them and give them out all over town.
I wouldn't have balked at that Christmas present. Especially if they were Christmas cookies.
They were Christmas homemade cookies. Made with butter, not shortening. Yeah. So, like, you know, they were really good. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Welcome in. What's poppin'? We had, you know, chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin and mint. Mint. We called them Andes mint cookies. We used an Andes mint on top of, like, a chocolate cookie after it came out of the oven.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of swirl an Andes mint on top there. Double peanut butter. We made little pecan pies. We called them pecan tassies. I don't know why, but we did. All kinds of stuff. Butter is the most important ingredient. Yeah, you like it. I was raised on like real cookies. So a lot of times now if like somebody's like, "Here, try this cookie." I'm like, I can taste the cheap shortening.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't made with butter.
It's just like with my oatmeal cookies, I always use butter. I don't, and I'm not a margarine person. I use butter.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's more expensive, but I would rather use butter.
Yep. Some recipes we'd do like half and half butter margarine, but we would never just use like shortening.
No.
You know what I mean? No, we're not using shortening. Absolutely not. Oatmeal raisin, that was, oh man, we used to make the best oatmeal raisin cookies. Golly. They were kind of a pain though, because they would go from like perfectly baked to burnt like way fast.
Oh yeah.
They were annoying. We used to make a gooey butter cake cookie, which is like a St. Louis thing. Make our own butter, never did that, no.
Oh, that's a lot of time consuming.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It was enough work mixing all the batter and making 12,000 cookies. Y'all don't understand. We built a rack for cookie sheets and cooling racks. We call it the cookie rack. We still have it. It's at the farm. It's up in the loft. We'll break it out like once a year. We take it over to my sister's house now. Usually she'll do some Christmas cookie baking over at her house now. Yeah, we built a rack, and then in the corner of the kitchen, we would always set up a card table, and that was our cooling station. So like I was usually my one job that like I did and nobody else did was take all the cookies off of the trays and put them on cooling racks and then let them cool a little bit and then throw them in containers. But like I was the only one that did that. No, we only had one mixer. We have a KitchenAid mixer, and actually most of the time we didn't even use that.
I hope it was a KitchenAid mixer.
No, we didn't.
I love mine.
It wasn't big enough.
I only use my KitchenAid mixer once a year now.
You know, when we were making like 4 times recipes, the KitchenAid wasn't big enough, so that wouldn't work most of the time. We would hand mixer, and then when they get like you're mixing in chips and stuff, you got to mix it by hand. You can't use a hand mixer. You gotta get in there with a big old wooden spoon. Pizza dough mixer, yeah, that would have been nice actually. One of those big old Hobart mixers, yeah, that would have been awesome actually. We always wanted like an extruder to like, you know, just measure out the dough basically. Always wanted that, but we never had that, of course. Is it this one? I was really hoping that would open up and like give me seed without it having to jump in the trap. I might have it on the wrong one. Oh, I never know on these seeders. I always forget. Okay, maybe this doesn't work on this cedar, actually. I thought it did, but maybe this one doesn't work. That's no fun. You know what? Maybe I think it works on the cedar that like Kimmy has, Harry has. Okay, there's more than one way to go about life, chat.
Skin a rabbit.
We got other we got other trucks. Bring out the concrete mixer pretty much. Now we used to belong to like this food co-op. I don't know, that's what we always called it. I don't know. Anybody even knows what I'm talking about there? Or like a buying club, I guess you could call it. So there's like a group of families, and we would work with like different, you know, like the healthy food section at like a grocery store. It was like the companies that supply that kind of stuff. So it's like a food distributor, but it was a lot of like the healthier stuff. But they also sold like flour by the 50-pound bag, chocolate chips by the 25-pound box. So that's where we would buy a ton of our like ingredients.
Right.
Yeah, we were buying flour 50-pound bags at a time. Chocolate chips, yeah, 20, 25 pounds, whatever it was. Baking soda, baking powder by like a 3-pound thing. Like we were buying a ton of it. Vanilla extract, we would buy this huge bottle of vanilla extract. We'd go to Sam's Club and buy 15 dozen eggs at a time back in those days. Because, you know, a lot of cookie recipes have eggs in them, so.
Yeah.
That was no big deal. Yeah, that was a lot, though, that year. I don't know what possessed Mom to want to make that many cookies, but golly. It was bad.
How many days did it take her?
No, it wasn't just her.
Oh, well.
Yeah, my brother lives in Georgia, and we were pretty much roped into it every day. You know? What we would do is like, I think let's say day one, right? We would have like in the evening mixed up a bunch of the batter and then put it like either in the fridge, because a lot of that you got a fridge.
Yeah.
Or if it was cold enough, we would just put stuff out here in the garage. We called this the walk-in cooler, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And so we would do that a lot. So day one, let's say we would have mixed up a bunch like that. And maybe baked one or two that like didn't need to be chilled, like oatmeal, let's say. God forbid you chill oatmeal. That's the worst thing ever. Just for the record. Okay, so it's the front thing on there, and I guess that truck just doesn't do it. Which is fine. So we need to set this truck up to go get us some more seed, because that's not going to keep up the whole thing. And then like, so day 2 we would have gotten up and like had breakfast, and then like, all right, it's cookie baking time, y'all. And we would have basically, so that's not what I want to do. So you know how when we had those like Pampered Chef scoops?
Uh-huh.
And every cookie would get scooped, so it was the perfect size. And then Mom would always hand roll every cookie.
Oh, wow.
So that it was a nice consistent shape and everything, right? And then we would throw them on a tray. What was there, 16 to a tray? To a cookie sheet, I believe. And our rack that we built, I think it would hold like 10 cookie sheets, I want to say.
Wow.
And sometimes we would fill them, and sometimes like my brother would start baking right away. But a lot of times I was the scooper, and which I'm going to have like wrist problems later in life from scooping so much. You click that scoop, you know? Good
Yeah.
God.
I know, it gets monotonous.
Especially when you're doing like oatmeal. or something, the thick ones, you know, or like a chocolate chip that just came out of the fridge. Oh God. My wrist hurts just thinking about it, to be honest. But I would scoop them into like mom's hands. She would roll them and place them, and we baked everything on parchment paper. We would reuse the parchment paper for a while, and eventually you'd have to get rid of it and get new parchment. But usually we would hand them off to my brother. Brother ran the oven. Back in those days, we had an oven that was from the 50s. And it actually was a double oven. It had, had two ovens side by side. They were smaller, but still two. So between the two ovens, you do what?
I would kill for an oven like that.
It was sick. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
I wish we would have like kept it and somehow restored the thing. Like it was that cool.
Did it have the warmer part to it too, where you could keep things warm?
No.
Oh.
I didn't have a warmer. But it was side by side, and then the one oven, the left oven was smaller because like the burners were above it.
Right.
So it had 4 burners on top, and then it had just like an open spot on top. And so between the two ovens, you could bake 3 trays at a time. But because the heat was so inconsistent in this thing, halfway through you had to rotate them.
Yep.
So on the right oven, you would actually rotate up and down and then spin the tray halfway through baking, right?
Yeah.
So brother would figure all that out. He would run 2 timers at a time over there. He was kind of the guy. And then like I would take breaks. Well, usually between our 10 trays, like that's a lot, you know. Or actually, we had more than 10 trays. We had so many air bake cookie sheets in our house. Still have a bunch of them. And so either I would get done scooping before we would run out of trays, or if we ran out of trays, then I would get up and like empty trays. Because you didn't want to distract the oven guy. The oven guy was the oven guy. You leave him alone. And so then I would grab trays and like take cookies off, and then we'd fill trays back up. And then like we would work on that. And then basically when Dad would come home, like after dinner, when Dad would be home at night, he would take over the scooping for me. And then he was still is really good about like keeping up with dishes. Because, you know, you're making dishes constantly when you're baking that many cookies. And so Dad was always really good back in the day. Yeah, he would come home and just start washing dishes big time for us. I mean, we'd try to keep up throughout the day too, and yeah, we did that for I don't know how many days that one year especially. And then we would have we have this old like looks like a cabinet, big piece of furniture thing that's like a record player.
Mm-hmm.
And we would put on like some old Beatles or like Tony Orlando.
Oh my God.
Tennessee Ernie Ford.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, or whatever. We'd put on like some old vinyl, you know, and like bake cookies and listen to old vinyl records. And that was every year for a long time. We would do that. Oh man. Yeah. And then like, you know, card tables are kind of low because they're meant to sit at, right? But I was standing at the table a lot, so you know, get the cookies off the tray. So we would actually get like different cans of soup out and stack them up, and then put the card table up on top of cans of soup, so it was higher off the ground. Sniper, what's going on? How are you? Oh man, we made a lot.
Made a lot of memories too.
Oh God, did we ever? Yeah, we actually used to make this one. It was my grandma's recipe. Most people would call them a Buckeye, but we called them basketballs. And it's like a no-bake peanut butter, Rice Krispie, and like powdered sugar. Mm-hmm. And you roll it, you fridge it, you scoop them, make little balls of them, fridge them again. And then you get the double boiler out, right? And you melt your chocolate and your paraffin wax. And then you dip them all, you roll them around in chocolate.
Right, yeah.
And, oh my God, those things were so good. That one year we got fancy and we bought Christmas Rice Krispies. So they were red and green, you know, Rice Krispies. And we made up a bunch of, we took cookies to Dad's Christmas party at work. And his boss lady, she had one of those. And she goes, oh, my God, how did you get the Rice Krispies colored? Did you dye them all one at a time? And we're just like, yes, we did.
Yeah, that's how we did it.
You're an idiot. Oh, man. Yeah, we
I
made
used to make the kids Rice Krispie treats out of those.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not a lot of recipes. A lot of memories, though, yeah, definitely.
I don't make Rice Krispie treats anymore because I'll eat the whole pan.
Oh, God.
By myself.
I don't even wait for it to cool down. I want them when they're
no,
warm.
I don't either.
Oh, man. Look out.
I can eat some Rice Krispie treats.
You ever make them with Fruity Pebbles?
Yes. Oh, those were good, too.
So good. So good. Yeah.
That's why I don't make them anymore.
Yep. I understand. For a lot of years, it was my grandma's thing. She would show up to any party, and she had a silver platter tray thing. I don't know if it was real or not, but it was shiny. And she would make 2 batches of Rice Krispie treats. One was regular, and one was with Cocoa Krispies. And then she would cut them.
I've never had them with Cocoa Krispies. Ooh.
Yeah, the chocolate ones, right?
Yeah, never did that.
Oh, yeah. And then she would cut them and make a checkerboard, like, on the thing, on the platter. 2 or 3 layers high. That was always her thing. She brought for years. Dirty Diesel, what's up, man? How you doing? But, like, at every family function, those were always the first things to disappear. Grandma's Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Or Grandma's brownies. She used to make really good homemade brownies, too. Yeah, those things were fire. Or her cheesecake. That was always a good cheesecake. My brother makes that now. He does a good job with that. You know the Pillsbury crescent rolls?
Mm-hmm.
That's the crust in the cheesecake.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's super good.
I've never known anybody to do that. Usually it's graham cracker.
No, it's Pillsbury crescent roll, and you roll that out first. I don't know if you bake. I don't think you bake it first. I think you just pour your stuff in on top and throw it in the oven. Wow. It is super good. Yeah, my brother.
I'm not a huge marshmallow person.
Okay.
But you put a pan of Rice Krispie or Rice Krispie treats in my face, and they're gone.
They're gone. All there is to it.
Don't even ask if you can have any, because I'll chew your fingers off.
I want to make some now. I want to go make them right now.
Yeah.
I need to order some. I need to get me some Cocoa Krispies and make me some Rice Krispies.
Yeah, I'm gonna want them too, but I'm not gonna do it.
There was actually a time for like a couple of years there. We kept like Rice Krispies, like the little individual you can buy, little packaged ones.
Yeah, but those are not as good.
No, but we'd keep them at the farm. It was a good little farm snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to keep something down there, you know?
Yeah, those are just not as good as the real
homemade.
thing.
No. Or you buy the one at Christmas that's like the size of like a baking, like a big cake, you know? You ever see that one?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, though, on the back it says it's 1 serving, so I don't get it. It's kind of weird.
That's fine with me.
Kind of weird like that.
Oh, question. Fruitcake, yay or nay?
I've never tried it.
Never. Oh, I love fruitcake. But I'll only eat one kind of fruitcake. It's like a long square loaf thingy.
I don't like
just long and square.
You know the things you make peanut butter out of, and I can't say it because somebody's gonna, clip it out of context.
Uh-huh.
I don't like any of those.
Oh.
And fruitcake has.
Yeah.
So that's why I never tried it. We actually made fruitcake a couple times.
I made one fruitcake, and when it was like the day I made it and the day after, it was fine, but after that it got really dry.
Yeah.
So I was not happy with it. But then the next year I found a recipe for fruitcake cookies.
I think we've made those before too.
And oh my goodness, those things were so good. They were delicious. So after that I just started making fruitcake cookies.
on mom's side of the family, they had a family. They had a family fruitcake recipe, basically, right? And a couple of years there for Christmas, like we made it, and that was like the gift for mom's whole family.
Yeah.
So.
I had an aunt that used to make a fruitcake every year and bring it to the house, and I was the only one who ate it. Oh, it was always all mine, because I love fruitcake.
Big Bert, it was a joke. Yeah, if you ate that entire Rice Krispie, you would definitely puke, yes.
I don't know.
It was a
I'd
joke.
give it a try. I'd give it a try.
I might not try it, but I'd try it. Oh, man. I think we've only had it once. Twice. I think we had it twice, yeah. Yeah. That one year, I think I just, like, happened to be in Walmart. I was, like, walking around Walmart. And, like, I saw it, and I was like, you're coming up with me.
Okay, 32 is planted.
Interesting, Trent. They use the grain cart? They use the water tank on the grain cart? I bet they did. Makes sense. It's crazy. And gingerbread. Awesome. That sounds good. Ginger, yeah. Like yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of ginger.
They're good.
29, 30, and 31. What's going there?
Oh, they use the Salford. I gotcha. 29, 30, and 31.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 30 let's do in soy. I don't care about 29, 31. Whatever you want to plant. I guess that means, yeah, you guys are done in 32, huh?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I'll go up to 30 and start this. And I just passed soybeans. I gotta get some seed, though.
That's fine. There's seed at the homestead or over at the truck yard bin.
I got it at the truck yard the last time.
Or I can send you a truck with 100,000 in it that I brought over here by accident. Or not by accident, but it don't work for me, so.
Well, you can send it if you want.
Yeah, it'll be fine. You can get it out of that bin. Probably the easiest thing to do. Whose field work is done? Oh, the plow's done. That's good. Let's see if we can actually send this home or not. I'll do the stone picking in a minute. I want to. Yeah, it's 100 meters wide. We're gonna do that. I don't know how well Courseplay would like something that's 100 meters wide. Fire Shadow, you're not wrong though. No, you're not. But yeah. Yeah, good times. Actually, that fruitcake, I'm pretty sure when we made that fruitcake, we made a lot. And then we ended up wrapping it in foil and putting it in like a container in our freezer. And I want to say for like the next 3 years, that was what my mom's brothers got for Christmas. And they loved it.
Oh my goodness.
They loved it every year. They would open that up and just eat it. And I was like, okay, it's been sitting around for a minute, guys. But they didn't care. So it was kind of fun. Yeah. You ever make a Jello trifle dish?
No.
At least that's what we called it. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. Where you have like a thing and you do a bunch of different layers of Jello.
No.
Oh, I did that a couple of years for like Thanksgiving family parties. I'd usually end up bringing it home and have to eat most of it myself, but it looked really pretty. Because you would like do a layer of Jello and then you do another layer, but you'd whip it with the hand mixer.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like foamy, and then you pour that in there and let it set up, and then do another layer on top of it. It took like 2 days to make. I was very proud of it that one year at Thanksgiving. Yeah. Back when we used to have big Thanksgiving parties. Chocolate chip brownie bars. Interesting. All right. Yeah, we used to have like the 50-person Thanksgiving parties, you know. I don't miss those days. I do and I don't, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, that scared me.
BBear0313 cheered Dex 100. That was my old DJ name. Foamy Jello.
Oh, me jello.
All right, Bear. Bear, thanks for the bits. Hope you're having a good day.
Okay. Man, this thing is gonna have a little.
Sean, it is break time. I kind of want to get to the other side of the field. Let me go up north. I'll go over there and hire him, and then I'll go take my break. Bear, you know how you were telling me yesterday that, like, you know, you couldn't sleep the other night because you got thinking about Satisfactory? Yeah, so I didn't go to sleep till like 6 this morning. I wasn't on the computer or playing Satisfactory, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. I have ideas. They're probably bad ideas, but I have ideas. I'm gonna need to build 2 buildings. Not close to each other either. They're gonna be spread out. Just because. It's probably a bad idea, but you know, I don't really, it's fine. I don't really care.
I gotta manhandle the.
Can you not get seed right now?
Yeah, I have a problem with
Lining things up.
Yeah. Oh, Harry.
It's not
What you doing,
Harry. It's not Harry.
Oh, it's you. Oh, okay. I guess you can do it.
I mean, you can blame Harry for it. That's fine.
Well, I knew Harry was over here. I didn't know you were over here.
It'll just move me higher up on her list.
You're not wrong. All right, you're full.
Okay, thank you.
I helped.
Thank you.
It's shake and bake, and I helped. Yeah. Yeah, bet. Wow. Oh, yeah. Satisfactory, man. I tell you what. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull off what I want exactly. Like, it's not going to be efficient. But in my brain, it's going to be cool. And normally you build stuff in that game to be efficient. Not to be cool. But we can build this to be cool, not efficient.
Harry, I'll go to the north and you can start down here on the south
okay.
if you want.
Okay.
So yeah. Boy,
this vehicle run cost, holy crap.
Spendy.
Yeah, that was expensive.
33,000, 25,000.
That's okay. We have money. We spent like 8 million today, so.
But
Belt speed, Bear. Belt speed. That's why it can't be both, probably. If that makes any, yeah, it probably doesn't make sense. I'll have to get in MS Paint and like draw up my idea for you. Chat, should I stream that?
Sure.
Absolutely not. Y'all are not going to see my terrible artwork.
I was gonna say you don't want us to
No.
laugh with you.
No. Carson has blackmail on me if he ever wants to. He has, like, my snowman project. to help like figure it all out back in the day, I literally did go into MS Paint and like drew it out, and it is the worst drawing you'll ever see. Sean, yeah, you did see it once. Yep. It is the worst drawing you'll ever see. But it made sense. Just saying, it made sense. So yeah. Right, so we're gonna hire this jet. I'm gonna go take my break, and then when I come back, we'll you know, keep working on the field. We're like not quite half done, but we're getting there. I'll have to fill up a seat again, but that's okay. Now that we have the little dump truck there, it's kind of nice to fill up a seat, because all I gotta do is drive up and he'll unload. Right, hit the H button, and hopefully he'll turn around when he gets to the end. I'll be right back.